watching K34QB, Vail, Colorado.
Welcome to your Saturday edition of Good Morning Vail. We love getting to be here to help inspire you go explore new places here in the community, one of which being Lazy J Ranch. Have you ever been up there? Well, they've got so many amenities to offer, like the Vail Rod and Gun Club. We're going to introduce you to their history, the club, and then we're going to talk about some special events that you could have up there, like a wedding. So if you're in the market for planning a wedding, well, then this is a great location. We're also going to introduce you to the Eagle Chamber and so much more here on your Saturday edition of Good Morning Vail. But it starts right now.
Get up, get ready to start your day. The mountains are calling you out to play. Come on, we'll make you feel right at home. Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up. Your day, the coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Hey, it's your boy, Nephew Tommy, your host for an all-new season of Black College Quiz, where the nation's best and brightest display their knowledge of Black history and culture while competing for prizes and scholarships. So get ready to see HBCU Nation take the academic field. Black College Quiz! BCQ! Black College Quiz! BCQ! Black College Quiz! BCQ! Yeah, man.
You know TV8 Vail has great local content, but did you know about our production services? Hire an expert to develop your website reel, commercials, live stream events, studio production, and more. If you can dream it, we can help you do it. TV8 delivers high-quality content in both English and Spanish. Contact us today to discuss your next project. Email Danielle at tv8vail.com or call 970-628-9881.
Welcome to Hiring America, the television program that helps veterans find jobs and transition back into civilian life. Hi everyone, I'm Gigi Stone Woods. I'm truly honored to host this vital program. Reach out to the opportunities you see on this program by logging onto our website, hiringamerica.net, and by following us on social networking sites such as Twitter. We'll keep that information available throughout the broadcast and on our website 24/7. Now, let's get down to business.
This is Necklace. This easy-to-use, non-surgical alternative improves the appearance of sagging skin around your neck and jawline. Made from medical-grade tape, Necklace lasts up to 10 hours, giving you a firmer, smoother look all day long.
This is the one that works.
Starting on one side, peel off to expose adhesive and affix it beneath your earlobe. Stretch the strip around the back of your neck until it reaches the other side. Remove the white backing from the other end of the strip and attach under the other earlobe. Go ahead and take your hair down.
Wow, look at that! Necklace really is the one that works.
Women everywhere are thrilled with the results.
Necklace is my time machine, and I'm loving life again.
Necklace is way better than surgery. It's cheaper and it's easier.
Oh wow, took like 6 years off here.
Well, I like it. It's like a mini facelift.
Oh, it totally works.
Think I need a box or two.
Use the on-screen QR code or visit sagnomore.com to order now. We even give you a money-back guarantee. Try Necklace today.
For the latest and greatest trends in pop entertainment, Popstar Today brings you compelling celebrity lifestyle stories that matter most to you. From movies, music, TV, and streaming shows, to fashion, social media influencers, and the latest on who is seeing who. Join host Elizabeth Stanton as she digs deep and dives in. This is Popstar Today.
Good morning, Vail.
Have you ever heard of Lazy J Ranch? Well, it has a rich history to it, and we're going to give you all of that on the beautiful site of Lazy J Ranch. Let's make our way over.
We are here with Greg Juflis, the owner of Lazy J Ranch. Greg, tell us a little bit about the property here and your family's history in the Vail Valley.
I'd be glad to. The Lazy J Ranch is a small part of a much larger ranch property here that my family, my grandfather came from Greece in 1907. He came up here a few years after that, but sheep ranchers, and we had one of the largest sheep operations in Colorado. And based here primarily, there was a large stockyard here. So, and as we discussed briefly earlier, you had to have 2 ranches to have a sheep operation. The business model is a little different for sheep ranching from the cattle. So, summer ranch, which is what this was, high country. We did graze on the forest all the way from here up on Red and White Mountain, up to Piney, down across Gore Valley, and up into the back bowls. So we had, at one point, we had 15,000 sheep. So we had quite a large operation. And then for the winter, you would move your herd down to the desert and just graze them out on the desert, which was kind of like a fundamental difference between the cattle operations and the sheep operations. The cattle guys raised hay and fed, which was another expense that we didn't have to have with our operation. So anyway, so that's a little background on the sheep business. But so we've been here for, since the early 1900s. And we're now, like Henry and Miranda, are 4th generation on the ranch. So we got a long presence here in the valley and seen a lot of change over the years. One of the things that I think that you've noticed at the Rod and Gun Club here, we've kind of preserved some of that old ranch culture. It's hard to find in the valley anymore. So,
absolutely,
yeah,
and it's definitely noticeable. Like that tradition here, it's super noticeable with like some of the older buildings, a little bit of that like, antique vibe still around.
Sure.
But tell me a little bit more about how things have changed for your family over the last 100 or so years, and how you guys have kind of shifted with the times from, ranching to a little bit more of a touristy area, because Vail Valley has certainly changed.
Oh, dramatically. So, the ranch operations, Eagle County, up until the 60s when Vail started, and for some time after that, the valley was pretty much ranching, mostly in the lower valley, like mid-valley here, and up to probably about where Eagle Vale is. There was some ranching up above Minturn too a little bit, but then you had the mines in Minturn and Gilman and Climax. So, and then there was some logging operations, and then the towns like Eagle and Gypsum were sort of, they were basically geared towards servicing the ranching community, and the railroad was a big presence here too, like Minturn, for example. So that was sort of the economic base here well into the 60s. And then Vail started, and I got to admit, my father was somewhat skeptical. People are going to pay to come up here in the wintertime and all of that. So I think he was a little surprised by the success of the operation, right? And as Vail expanded, so this is now, I was born in 1957, so I didn't see the early part, but I think there it was, for decades, up, like I said, up until the 60s, it was probably, not a lot of change. It was that economic base that I talked about, the mining, the ranching, a little bit of timber, the railroads, that stuff.
And that history is still very much present in the valley. Like you can
certainly
see not just the remnants of it, but like you guys yourself, the family's still here.
Still here. We're one of the few left, and But anyway, so during my time, I mean, I could still recall as a child, going up to the sheep camps to move the camps and resupply the herders and everything up on Vail Mountain and in the back bowls up on Red and White and, where Piney Lake is, all of that. Those were all forest permits. So in the spring, you'd bring your herds up on the railroad, unload them here, and then you trail them up Muddy Pass up onto Red and White, and it would be this whole summer process, right? As the snow receded and the grasses came in and the browse, you just follow it up, and then in the fall the same thing. As the frost started to burn up in the high country, burn all the vegetation in the high country, you'd come back down, and then in October you needed to get out of that high country before the big snows started, and so you'd come down and you'd ship your lambs to Denver to the stockyards over there, and your herd, the ewes and the rams, back out to the desert in Utah at that point. So that was still happening when I was a kid, and I remember all of that quite well. And then as Vail happened, it started just in the Vail Valley to begin with, and then it pretty quickly got down to where Eagle Vale is now, and it was pretty steady progression and growth from that. And as that expanded, the ranching on the valley floor contracted as the land uses changed. Yep. And I think when I got out of high school, I'd have to check to be really accurate, but I think this is at least ballpark. I got out of high school in 1975. I think that valley population was less than 10,000 people. And as I understand from the last census now, it's around 70,000, and that doesn't include the 20 or 30,000 visitors that are here. So just the numbers of people here has dramatically changed.
And even that census number is like almost 2,000 above the previous census.
Yeah, but compared to like when I was a kid, it's like multiples larger now, right? Yeah. So that's obviously a big change, right? And the communities have changed. I mean, there's still some ranching going on, but it's a very small component now of the economy and things. So we're sort of like this island of antiquated operations here. It's like we're just too stubborn to quit. But
you guys have had to change with the times a little bit yourselves, right? Are you guys doing much sheep ranching still?
No, we run cattle up here in the summertime. The sheep operations are very labor intensive, and that whole thing has just changed a lot. So Dad switched out of we kind of got out of the sheep business in the 60s and cattle, and then he did some other things, and he actually ended up being quite successful doing real estate. He had his little niche. He understood the ranch operations very well, and a lot of this property was ranch property at the time. So he was very good at explaining to potential buyers what, the water rights and the grazing and all of that stuff. So he kind of had his little niche here with that. But we always have continued to run some livestock up there too. My brother started this operation in the early 80s, right? And Vail Rod and Gun Club. And so, they've sort of tapped into that tourist economy here with this. But they've done it in a way, their product is the old traditional ranch. And I think they've done a good job with preserving that vibe here. So
well, and it definitely seems to have a little bit more of that old ranch vibe than some of the other, shall we say, ranch adjacent tourist properties that you see a lot out in the West, where they were built from the ground up to serve tourists and don't really have that tradition, no matter how hard they're trying to replicate that same feel. It's just not quite the same as you get when you're here.
Yeah, we've done this on a different scale, and the amenities are wonderful, but if you want the Ritz-Carlton, that's not this place, right? Yeah. So no slam on the Ritz-Carlton, great place, right?
Ritz-Carlton doesn't have a couple acres of private river.
That's true. Yeah, we've got some nice river for the fishing, and so there's a lot of recreational opportunities here, and I think we have a unique package for the value, and I will let others more that involved in it explain that one to you.
Well, awesome, Greg. Is there anything else you want to tell us about before we let you go?
I just want to say, if you're really interested in really getting a look at some of the old ranch culture around here, you'll find it down here, and we'd love to come share it with you, so come see us.
Awesome. Well, Greg Juflis, Lazy J Ranch, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. You guys are doing great.
Good morning, Vail.
Next up, we've got a special duo from two of the best voices in the bluegrass and country genres.
We know you're going to love this one from Melanie Cannon and Willie Nelson. Here's Back to Earth.
And the songs our love created, I still sing. And every night we make the rafters ring.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
When making money is the aim, these kids, they bring their game. They're the biz kids.
Can you dig it?
Real businesses by real biz kids. Watch and learn tips on how to start your own business.
Biz kids.
Right on.
Good morning, Vail.
Now that we have the history of Lazy J Ranch, let's look at some of the great activities and amenities that you can participate in, like the Rod and Gun Club.
We're here with Henry Juflis, who's the manager of all of the outdoor adventures here at the Lazy J Ranch. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you guys offer here for kind of outdoor activities?
Yeah, so we have a Sporting Clays 5 stand where we do our shotgun shooting. It's a lot of fun. We have some really challenging targets and a lot of easy targets, so it's great for shooters of all ranges. And then we also offer some fly fishing. As you can see, we're here on our one of our private ponds that we just recently stocked. As you can tell, really easy access and everything. And I don't know if you can see any of the ripples or anything, but the fish are actively feeding, and it's a great spot to fish. We also have 3 miles of private water down here on the Eagle River that we have exclusive access to. And we also have a high alpine lake farther up on the ranch that's a lot of fun as well.
So that's just pretty incredible. You guys have so much water available. Are they all fishable?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Awesome. So tell me a little bit about your fly fishing opportunities here. Do you guys do fly fishing instruction, or do you just do guided tours?
So we offer memberships for our 3 miles of private on the Eagle River. It's year-round fishing until it freezes over in the winter. And then as far as the ponds, we do offer guided trips on both the river and the ponds. We have very experienced guides. I've been fishing here my whole life, and we just love to have the opportunity to share that with people and offer that to the public.
And speaking of offerings to the public, you guys have a couple of new offerings to the public this year, some things that people haven't had the chance to see in a couple of years, correct?
Yes, absolutely. Well, my father, he opened the club in 1981, and he stocked the ponds back in the day, and we haven't had them stocked in about 20 years now, and this is the first summer that we've restocked them, and we're really excited to start bringing people back up again.
So I've got a question, just for my own curiosity, about stocking high alpine lakes. Is that just a huge hassle driving a big box truck up there full of fish, or how do you guys do that?
Well, it was actually pretty painless. They just brought a four-wheel drive truck up with a big water tank on it with their fish and backed it right up and dumped them out.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Did you guys get to experience one of those cool fish slides, or did it just dump them straight in the lake?
No, they had a PVC pipe about this long, and then they put a plastic sleeve over it, and the fish kind of went down it like a water slide. It was really pretty fun.
Awesome. So in addition to fly fishing, you guys also offer some sporting clays opportunities here. Tell us a little bit about all of that you guys have.
Yeah, so we have a sporting clays 5 stand. We have 10 different machines on that course that throw a variation of different presentations. We have some really easy targets that are great for beginners, and we also have some very challenging targets for our more experienced shooters.
Do you guys do any instruction with that too?
Absolutely, yeah. I'm one of the shooting instructors out there, and we have a handful of others, and you know, some of our workers have been here for 30 years, and they really know what they're doing and know how to teach people how to, with proper form and gun safety and the whole 9 yards.
Fantastic. So if you're coming out here looking to get a little bit more knowledge on some of the more classic outdoor activities, whether it be fly fishing or hunting, this is a great place to kind of get a start on that, right?
I would say so, yes sir.
So if I was, say, having a corporate retreat, could we come out here and do some fly fishing or do some shooting?
100%, yeah. We love corporate gigs.
Awesome. So tell me a little bit more about anything that we haven't touched on yet with some of these amenities that you guys have. Anything that you want to add that I haven't asked you about?
Well, I think the biggest thing that sets us apart from other outfitters is our privacy and exclusivity. You know, like I said, we have exclusive access to the river and then these ponds, obviously, and there's no rush to get here before anyone else. You guys just show up and we'll start fishing. You don't have to worry about anyone encroaching on your fishing spot or anything like that.
So speaking of fly fishing, you guys have had a big fly fishing event fairly recently here, haven't you?
Yes, yeah, we hosted the men's 2016 World Fly Fishing Championship. We had competitors come from all over the world, and they got a chance to fish our 3.5 miles of private water, which we now offer to the public. So you will have a chance to fish where some of the best fly fishermen in the world fished just recently.
Literally some world-class waters. And so with both fly fishing and sporting clays available on the property, you don't have to do one or the other, correct?
No, we offer our world-famous cast and blast, where you can go fishing for a few hours and then come up and shoot at our 5 stand.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So one last thing I got to ask you about. So if I don't have any of my own equipment and I don't have a shotgun or a rod, is that something that you guys might provide?
Yeah, that is no problem at all. All of our activities are all inclusive, so we provide the shotguns, the shells, ear and eye protection, and we also have very experienced instructors to help you safely shoot and learn proper form in the whole 9 yards. And then as far as the fly fishing, we provide waders, boots, fly rods, and again, we have very experienced guides to take you out on our private water.
So if you've never held a gun before, you've never held a fishing rod before, Vail Rod and Gun Club and the Lazy J Ranch is a perfect place to come and get your hands on it for the first time.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
Henry, thank you so much for talking to us and showing us all around the property and telling us about all these amazing amenities that you guys offer.
Yeah, Ben.
Thank you so much.
Nice meeting you. Yeah, thanks for coming out.
Now that we've learned all about the Vail Rod and Gun Club, we're going to talk about some of the great events that take place up at the Lazy J Ranch, and one of them is weddings. Now that wedding season is upon us, as you're starting to look for that perfect venue, well then maybe it's Lazy J Ranch.
So we are here with Miranda Juflis, another one of the Juflis family here at the Lazy J Ranch. You guys have some amazing amenities here for guests. Tell us a little bit about what you guys offer.
Yes, we do. So we have 2 pavilions that are wonderful for dining as well as for any kind of buffet setup, or if you have a ceremony. We also have 2 open lawns that we do a lot of the ceremonies for weddings. We also host a lot of games or like casting clinics. So we do a spread of anything from weddings all the way to corporate events, and we really can host anywhere from a very intimate group of 10 for an event, all the way up to 800.
Wow. So you guys could do like a whole corporate conference here in theory.
Yes. We have had corporate conferences before.
Fantastic.
We've had full weekends where we do the welcome parties for weddings as well as the rehearsal dinners. And we can really kind of mix that in with the activities that we have. So especially with corporate events, we'll have guests come out, they can shoot, they can fish, and then have either a luncheon, sometimes, a little whiskey tasting, and just be able to mingle on the lawns as well as in the pavilions.
So in terms of food, I mean, you guys have this wonderful rustic kind of traditional location, but doesn't mean that we're kind of stuck in the past with our food, does it?
No, not at all. So we have guests that want anywhere from, plated coursed meals with, 5-star, even Michelin star chefs, all the way through. You can keep it very casual where it's, something more like barbecue style, family style. So we really can accommodate any level of, dining experience that folks want.
Fantastic. And a full commercial kitchen is a great offer for that.
Yes. And we work with tons of different vendors. So really it's up to the guest's imagination. Like I said, we can do more 5-course, 10-course plated dinners all the way to something more casual. But yes, the full commercial kitchen is really wonderful for being able to execute and any number of guests that we have, as well as any style of food that people would like.
So have you guys had any events recently that you want to tell us about? Anything that was really, sticks in your memory?
Yes, we just recently had an event where it was a wedding reception. It was about 300 guests, and it was really fun because they actually brought the band Cracker. And so
fun.
They had like a full live music event as well as a full sit-down dinner, and able to utilize all of the space that we have. So the concert was on the lawns. We also had lawn games there. So we had some calf roping, which was really great for the little ones, as well as 2 full bars set up in the this lower pavilion, as well as all the dining for guests was inside outside, because we do have open air doors that extend, so you can really expand the space and get that full Colorado vibe with being able to go inside and outside.
And you guys also have a giant fire pit too for bonfires and that sort of thing, so the party doesn't have to end when the sun goes down.
Exactly. It is, I would say, probably one of the biggest fire pits in the valley, and it's wonderful. We do create a signature s'more experience.
Ooh.
Yes, which is fun for all ages, as well as we've had musicians come and kind of play by the fire as well. So you can really curate that experience of what you're looking for at the fire pit. And yes, they can go on a little bit later into the evening if guests want to stay around.
Fantastic. Well, is there anything else you want to tell us about the venue here or any of the other amenities that you offer potential guests?
Yes, I will say that one of the things that I really love about this place, and I think that makes it special, is that we really want to make our guests' dreams come true. So we really like to work with people that have big ideas. I mean, of course, we'll help curate anything as well, but really the sky's the limit in terms of what you can do. Concerts, games, it's really anything that folks want.
Awesome. But before I let you go, I got to ask you one more question.
Yes.
Since somebody else who's grown up here in the Vail Valley, tell me a little bit about what you've seen change here, just in your own life, in addition to the way that the property and your family has seen life change here in the Vail Valley.
Yes, of course. I mean, growing up here, sometimes it feels, especially when you're young, that things don't really change and that, it's always going to be the way that it is.
Mm-hmm.
And, change happens everywhere, and I think that the valley has grown so much, which is wonderful. I graduated with 14 kids in my class, so speaking to my younger cousins, they're so much happier that they have there's more things to do, there's more arts,
Mm-hmm.
there's more people to just play and do things with. So I think that's been wonderful, but I do love this area just because it has kind of kept that rustic Western, the charm of what Colorado was in the past. But yeah, I mean, the Valley is a very special place in my heart. I moved away for a while, had to get out, and now I'm very happy to be back.
Same.
Yes.
One of the great things about this place, though, is how you can feel that tradition and feel that history and how it's so obviously loved by the family here, and it's just such a great welcoming experience. Miranda Juflis, thank you so much for talking to us about all the wonderful amenities you guys have here at the Lazy J Ranch.
Thank you so much for having me.
Good morning, Vail.
Take the first game every one of us played in the schoolyard. Turn up the degree of difficulty to maximum, and then let loose some of the fastest and most agile athletes in the world to go one-on-one in what you have is the most extreme pursuit contest you've ever known. It's intense, it's addictive, and there's only one rule. Don't get caught.
Oh my gosh. If you haven't seen World Chase Tag before, here's how it works.
2 teams of up to 6 athletes compete in a series of one-on-one chases. Each chase lasts up to 20 seconds and has 1 chaser and 1 evader.
Opportunity to points on the board! Oh!
Whoever wins the duel stays on as the evader, and teams get 1 point for each evasion they make.
And it looks like the opening point of this contest.
It's the best of 16 chases to win the match, with a sudden death chase-off required to break any ties. It's win or go home from now on. Don't miss it.
Coming up this season on Ready, Set, Renovate, we see one couple fall in love with a waterfront fixer-upper.
It sort of wrapped its arms around us and said, you want me, and we did.
And watch as another battles over the budget.
We're trying to look through and see where we can trim at this point.
Are you looking to trim it, Ginger?
No.
No. Construction pros show us the right way to renovate.
Well, we had to do a roof over. We had to hand build a lot of the trusses.
As we're putting the thin set down, the self-leveler has a little clip that clips up underneath the edge of the tile.
I'm Andrea Jackson.
I'm Mitch English, welcoming you to
Mitch English and Andrea Jackson have co-hosted together for over a decade. And now, only on Daily Flash, they serve up a fast, fun, fresh perspective on the day's trending news and entertainment. Daily Flash offers the latest in pop news, celebrity gossip, fashion, health, wellness, and even some unscripted, irreverent, who knows what's next fun. Daily Flash with Mitch English and Andrea Jackson. Trending news and entertainment.
Good morning, Vail.
Eagle is such a great place to explore and to support the local businesses down there. Well, a great way to learn about those is through the Eagle Chamber, and we're going to introduce you to one powerful woman at the Eagle Chamber right now.
Hi, I'm Danielle Turner, the Vice President and General Manager of TV8 Vail. I'm excited to be in Eagle today at the Eagle Visitor Center alongside the Executive Director of the Eagle Chamber of Commerce, Michelle Morgan. Michelle, hi. So nice to see you.
So nice to see you. Thank you for coming down.
I'm excited to be here. Tell me what's going on in Eagle right now.
Well, there's a lot going on in Eagle. I don't know how long it's been since you've been down here, but we've got a bunch of new businesses opening. It's really blooming here. We've got 5 different districts in Eagle. We've got the Eagle's historic downtown district. It includes locally owned restaurants and bars, an abundance of retail shops, including a couple of home stores, clothing, flower and plant shops, a juice bar, wellness spas, studios, bike shops, and more. So definitely visit the downtown district of Eagle. We also have Eagle Ranch Village. It offers more, including a coffee shop, wine bar, indoor and outdoor dining restaurants, Capitol Movie Theater, a hair studio, fitness facility, professional services, and more. And then there's Chambers Avenue. I know it's hard to believe, but there's over 100 businesses that are composed of Chambers Avenue, including more restaurants and retail, more fitness facilities, recreation-based businesses, and so many more services for locals and visitors alike.
Wow.
Yes.
Michelle, Eagle is really booming.
I know. It really is.
It's incredible. Let's talk for a minute. If some of these businesses are not members of the Chamber of Commerce, why should they be?
Well, they should be for sure, and they should just reach out to me. We've got the Eagle Chamber membership offers business advocacy resources and an elevated voice of the local business community. We produce events that bridge the community, such as the annual Screaming Eagle Charity Golf Tournament. That's held in the spring each year, and we just had our 29th annual. The event was able to generate $23,000 donated to a local scholarship fund. But the Chamber provides a variety of consistent networking and marketing opportunities to the members, and this helps lift the local business community. One of those channels is through you and TV8, because you're so generous. You offer Chamber members a one-time free interview for any Eagle Chamber member, and they are loving that.
I'm so glad.
We thank you for that.
Oh, it's our pleasure. It's our pleasure. We are thrilled to support the Chamber and the local businesses. And we're also very excited about a new initiative that we're starting called Explore Eagle. And what that is an opportunity for local advertisers to spread the word about their businesses and keep the costs low by spreading that cost amongst some of their fellow businesses.
It's an excellent idea.
It's a great opportunity. Not everybody has a very large marketing budget.
Right.
And so now we can offer this service and allow people to promote the excitement that's happening in Eagle for a much lower dollar amount. So you can find details about that on our website at tv8vail.com. But I know that you've got a very exciting event coming up soon. It's almost Biztoberfest time, so let's talk about it.
I know it's getting pretty close. Yes, mark your calendar, everybody. Umbrella Roofing's Biztoberfest is coming back to Eagle this year on September 5th. This will be the second annual Biztoberfest, which is a local business expo amidst Oktoberfest. We've got local legend Helmut Fricker and the Alpine Echoes. They liven up this great event with traditional Bavarian music and entertainment, as you can imagine, as most of you know. And this includes men and women stein holding contests, dancing, pretzel making, all of the games and the joy that you'd expect is going to be here right in Eagle at the Brush Creek Pavilion on September 5th. And there will be food trucks, Oktoberfest foods, Biztoberfest beer and wine. By the way, every attendee gets one free Biztoberfest beer. And then after that, they're like $5 a piece. And we also have wine and lots of fun and interactive local business booth displays, including a chance to win $5,000 with the right cornhole shot with Martin Insurance at their tent.
Wow. Sounds like I better be practicing.
Yes, you should be practicing.
Okay. Now, I saw this lovely bag that you've got over here.
I did want to show you.
Show me what you've got there.
This great bag. We have a lot of great sponsorship opportunities. So, first of all, you can go to Eagle Chamber's website, go to September 5th on the calendar, and you can purchase a booth. But we also have sponsorship opportunities. And this is a great Biztoberfest tote. And we have these sponsorship positions available. Isn't this great? It's waterproof vinyl made by local MBS. And it's great for the pool, for the beach, for the hot springs. It's huge. Every attendee is going to get a free bag. Isn't that cool?
That's so fun. Every attendee gets a bag?
Yes, for free.
Wow, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
These are so useful.
I know. So you got to get your sponsorship logo on there. Excuse me.
And how many of these do you typically give away? How many attendees do we see?
We're expecting upwards of 300.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Okay. So a great opportunity to market the business.
It is a great opportunity to market your business.
Wonderful. Michelle, thank you so much for having me out today and telling me a little bit about what's going on in Eagle.
Well, thank you for all you do for the chamber and for the community. We so appreciate you.
Oh, absolutely. So for more information, visit us at tv8vail.com or visit
eaglechamber.co and go to the events calendar September 5th and look up Biztoberfest.
Excellent. What do you say, Michelle? You ready to go explore Eagle?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's do it.
All right.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome to Street Magic. I'm Elizabeth Stanton with some of the most terrifying stunts, extraordinary extreme escapes, and the most amazing cutting-edge magicians you'll ever see in one show. Get ready to have your mind turned inside out. The hand is definitely quicker than the eye.
It's fake.
America was built on a love for the outdoors. We are a nation of sportsmen, blessed with magnificent natural resources. With broad interests across water and field, we are united in our devotion to nature and conservation. Join us every week for the best shows celebrating the outdoor lifestyle. Outdoor America. Live free.
I'm Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now! Our independent news hour offers diverse perspectives and unique opinions, often unheard in the mainstream media, live as the news unfolds. Tune in for Democracy Now!, the War and Peace Report, weekday mornings at 9 and evenings at 6 on TV8 Vail, Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on Channel 92.
From small towns to big cities and everywhere in between, we're covering the great things that are happening right now in the USA. This is Positively America with Ernie Anastas.
Each week, we're going to focus on the great things that are happening every day in the USA. We'll feature change makers.
In every older person, there's a younger person saying, how did this happen?
Innovators.
I talk about design the way some people might talk about like the person they're in love with.
Doers and dreamers.
You can use that recognition to pay it forward.
Ordinary Americans accomplishing extraordinary things.
When you smile, you receive one back most of the time.
We're going to prove to you that optimism and hope are paving the way to an even brighter tomorrow.
We've got a lot of programs that are specifically focused on the children of our fallen heroes.
At Positively America, our mission is to feature good news.
Join us on the famous Leadville Railroad. This historic train ride takes you on an unforgettable trip through the heart of the Rockies for an afternoon of adventure, relaxation, and sightseeing. Our scenic train rides are a perfect place to bring families closer together while immersing them in the natural beauty and rich history of this picturesque region. Enjoy the spectacular Colorado scenery. Even meet the engineer. Make memories that will last a lifetime. Tickets available at leadvillerailroad.com.
Good morning, Vail.
Liz had the opportunity to interview her co-host from her podcast, The Chat Box. Now, if you've never seen The Chat Box, well then stay tuned because it's going to come on immediately after this episode of Good Morning Vail. But let's introduce you to Jen and Liz right now.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. We're having all kinds of fun today on the show. And I've got Jen and Danielle sitting next to me to talk a little bit about Chat Box Vail, exactly what it is, and where we can go experience this Chat Box Vail. Ladies, good morning.
Good morning, Kevin.
How are we doing?
We're good.
Well, let's chat box it, shall we?
Absolutely.
Well, tell me, what is Chatbox Vail?
Jen, you want to start?
Yeah, so Chatbox Vail is a podcast that Liz Farron and I started. It's actually the brainchild of Liz Farron, which started up that we really wanted to talk about mental health and how it affects the Valley, and really kind of highlight people of our community, members of our community that really make a big effort and contribution to creating positive mental health in the Valley.
Yeah, the sad reality is here in the Valley, our small little valley, there's a lot of depression. There's a lot of mental health issues that are coming our way, and to have more resources to help people through that, and I guess break against that stigma of, oh, you shouldn't ask for that, or how do I ask for that,
Absolutely.
or where can I go? It's a great opportunity to do that.
Absolutely, and I think because we are small, it can feel very isolating when you don't have the right resources, and so it's, for our goal is to really just plug, our viewers into the mental health resources and people that are doing really cool and exciting things to benefit mental health in fun ways.
Well, let's get into that podcast series a little bit. What are some of the topics that are isolated on each one of the series?
It depends. We really kind of comb through our community to find people that are doing anything interesting in the space. So we've had a hypnotist on. We've had people who have written books about bipolar and just their experience with mental health issues. We've talked about microdosing mushrooms for mental health benefits, and really it's just it's anybody that It's kind of finding the different ways that people connect to mental health in the Valley, and how we can spread that, and create and build a larger community with our community through positive mental health ways.
Got it. So how long has Chatbox Vail been in conception? When did it start? How are we doing so far? How many followers?
We started in January of this year, and we started on radio, and then lovely Danielle has brought us to TV8, so we've been, I think for a month or two, we've
About
been
2, yeah.
2 months.
Wow.
We've been broadcasting our podcast from the studio live. It's on YouTube and Spotify. I'm not sure what our stats are right now. I think are more excited about our guests and connecting with them, and at this point, yeah.
And with such an important topic that really I think all of us have run into directly or indirectly, where do you see the vision of Chatbox Vail going?
I think we really just want to be a platform for the community to reach out. It's more kind of a community outreach to make people feel safe and heard and seen. And to know that they're not alone, and that we are a community. We are small, but we don't need to be isolated. We can reach out to each other. We can build and grow. And it would be, I think ideally it'd be fun to have events, celebrating mental health where we actually are meeting in person and really connecting with people.
Yeah, you mentioned that meeting in person. I think, when COVID started and that isolation process started, many people working from home, now a lot of employers are requiring people to go back into the office. And what a big transformation that is.
Absolutely.
Creating a lot of stress, a lot of, that socializing, forcing them back into that. And there's not like a little steps getting back into it. It's like, now. And that is really creating a lot. And I know seeing in our industry a lot of, salespeople, things like that, and here in the Valley with the hospitality, it's bringing people back into that workplace, which is a lot of anxiety and
Absolutely.
things going along with it.
That's true, and I think in some cases, people do thrive on that social aspect. Especially coming out of COVID, where I think we all, we're stuck in the house and feeling trapped and feeling isolated. And so, I think it has that. It's the double-edged sword where it's like, yes, we have to go back in the office and, put on some work clothes. But I also think, in some cases, sometimes that's yoga pants.
A lot of naked workers at home right now. Just so everybody
or maybe
knows.
half, right, as far as the camera can see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that, what we lost through COVID was just that connection with people and being in each other's energy and space. And I think that, even just, getting a platform to do it through TV is to show people that, we are here and we care, like, is one thing, but like also, just being face to face and person to person. So I think, even if it's in a work setting, can sometimes have positive health benefits as well.
Well, great information and things getting out there. How about partnerships? Have you gotten any people that want to partner with you to help promote, whether it's mental health services or things like that?
I think that's kind of our next step in stages, is that we're really looking for sponsors and to build this out so that we can make more meaningful impact, to the community, and really, in addition to people that we have on, but like have, larger sponsors that we can also, point people to and show that they support mental health in this community as well.
Yeah, I know Vail Health over in Edwards has the big complex going up now to help with some behavioral health, substance abuse, which is going to be so great for the community on allowing that opportunity for people to go in and get the help they need.
Absolutely, absolutely. So that would be, an awesome opportunity to partner, but yeah.
So you talked about events. Any big events that are planned coming up, or?
No, we're still in brainchild phase where we're still ideating and kind of rolling with what we have right now, and I think that it's working as we're kind of growing and finding our audience.
Well, I'm sure with Danielle on board now, TV8's going to help kind of get behind that, and I know all of us here, that's near and dear to our hearts as well. So we will try to figure out and plan accordingly and then plan with you.
Excellent. Yes, great. Thank you.
Well, ladies, thank you so much for being on today. It's such a great topic, and again, something that hits us all directly or indirectly, and it's great to know organizations like you are out there promoting it, talking about it, bringing it to light, and then getting those partners and events and activities that are going to blend us back into what we need to do and get that mental health where it needs to be.
Yes, and I just want to give a big shout out and thank you to Liz Farron, who can't be here today, but she is the brainchild and kind of the mastermind behind the guest and just the ideas of where we're going. And so she's absolutely incredible. And
Liz is incredible. She's got just so much energy and passion behind her.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely. Yeah. And she really brings the passion and fire to this podcast. And so, yeah, she deserves the nod.
Right. So not only can you find it on YouTube and Spotify, you can also find it here on TV8 every Saturday and Sunday morning at 9.
Nice.
And I think, as John was saying, it's been fun to see people kind of in a different light, because we've had incredible guests like Chris Romer, who we speak with all the time in his role at VVP, but he was here with adult bullying, which is not a topic we would ordinarily discuss with Chris. So I think it's fun to see people in their different environments here in the Valley.
Yeah, and those topics that we don't often talk about or even think about, it's like, wow, I never really considered that. It just brings it to the forefront and makes us a little more mindful of things that are going on.
Right, absolutely.
So, great. Well, ladies, thank you so much for joining me on the couch today.
Of course.
Don't forget to tune in Saturday and Sunday, see a little bit more about what's going on here, what's going on in the mental health world, and be part of it. Embrace it. Whether you're affected directly or indirectly, you play a very important part of bringing the proper mental health to the Vail Valley. We'll be back soon with more Good Morning Vail.
We are here at Rugs Benedict in Avon, and joining us now is one of the owners, Mandy Benedict. Mandy, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming in our showroom.
Yeah, I love this space here. So much going on, and we are talking carpets today, and we have over 120 available and so much more going on. Tell us a little bit about the carpets here.
Yes, so we're a Carpet One store. We're more than 1,000 stores come together to get the best buying power. So we actually are the largest flooring purchaser in the world. So what we've done at Rugs Benedict is find some of the greatest styles, and when they're offering big promotions, we buy a lot of inventory. So we have, like you mentioned, over 120 things in our gypsum warehouse that you can come in and select and we can install in your home, but they're also 40 to 60% off what you would typically pay for those.
Oh, mate, so it's a great deal, and you get it without waiting weeks or months to get it, which is very important when you're doing this, right? What do people need to know when they're buying carpet?
So there are actually a lot of things that go into carpet and a lot of things that are personal preference and are going to kind of depend on what your flooring needs are. Like, do you have kids? Do you have dogs? Is this a property that you rent? Or is it just a bedroom? Is it a family room where everyone gathers and there are going to be lots of spills? So there can be a lot of things that we want to take into account, as well as the heating that you use and the padding that we use over your heating so it performs. So there are a lot of things that go into it, but we're great at making it very simple and easy for you.
Love that. And then there's also just a beautiful way to look and shop here, but you can also take some of these home, right, and kind of look at stuff, and you have little cutouts, right?
Yeah, we have some little samples that you can take with you, and just a huge variety of color, style, design, durability, different price points, everything from commercial use and rubber floors to just the most high-end wool hand-knotted pieces.
Love that. Love that. Should we mosey over to the other side here?
We can do a little tour of, these are all the stock fixtures that we have, so you can see a little bit larger pieces of some of the fun things that we inventory. And then this entire wall, we actually have 2 walls of stock carpeting. So you can see, yeah, a huge range of color, of style, of design, durability, and again, price point.
Awesome. Anything else people need to know about Rugs Benedict and carpeting?
I would say our employee installers they're really incredible at installing carpet. Most of them have worked for us for some of them even decades, and they're exceptional at the installation process. So.
Yeah, and that's one of the unique things about Rugs Benedict is having over 70 people on staff to take care of you more than just shopping for what you need. Mandy, thanks so much for joining us, and come on down to Rugs Benedict here in Avon for all your flooring needs.
For fun and adventure, join me on Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World. Find out where I'll be going next and which celebrities I'll be bringing along with me. I'll show you amazing destinations with lots to explore, and you'll get to know my celebrity guests the way they really are, up close and personal. We'll travel the world, experience new cultures, and together, try to make a difference. I'm Elizabeth Stanton, saying the world's a big place, and I'm going to show it to you.
TV8, there's more for you on 92. Serving the local community 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Good morning, Vail.
We want to thank you so much for tuning into your Saturday edition of Good Morning Vail. We love getting to be here each and every morning to talk to you about some great community events, activities, maybe help you explore new places here in the community and introduce you to some incredible locals that we have, such as Liz and Jen with the incredible chat box. Now stay tuned, because right after this, an episode of the chat box airs.
Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all.